Hey everyone, this is Andrew, and welcome back to another episode of CringeFest. So the first thing you notice if you saw my last one is that I'm wearing the same shirt as in the last one. That's because I just recorded the first one. Nature of making videos is that often it's much easier to record stuff in batches, and I didn't feel like lying this time, so wearing the same shirt, and I got the same messy hair, so I got my folder open with other old songs that I'm going to play. And I'm just going to pick one, and then we're going to take a listen. So, give me a sec. Alright, so I picked out a good one. This is a song that I actually have 3 different versions of. And as soon as I played it, I remembered what it was. It's an old song by AndrewRSouthworth, which is one of my bands. And this was the first song that we did with our new vocalist at the time. Because before this, I was doing all the vocals, which was fine. But we wanted a dedicated singer, because we were trying to make a full band so we could go and actually play shows and stuff. So, this is the first song we gave him, and this is the first, or an early demo recording we did of this song. So it's pretty exciting. I kind of remember it after I hear it, I kind of remember the whole song, and it's a sick song. I really liked it. I wish we finished it because it's really hard to finish songs. Let's see. The earliest record I have of the song is from August 2012. And this one is from August 2013, and I think we might have had some stuff after that on it, but this is the most recent recording I could find. So let's take a listen. So nostalgic. So this fades out here. So I'll turn it down a bit. But when we wrote this song, we already had this song called Pale Blue Dot that I've released 2 or 3 times now. And we were imagining this would be the song that faded into that song. So that's why we ended it like this. And we kind of designed it as such. So the scream part at the end, that's when we found out that the vocalist, Drew, who actually ended up recording stuff from my other group, Feeding the Ghost, had a awesome scream sound. Because he just wanted to do singing originally, and then, you know, I was doing the screams and stuff, and then my bassist Brendan was doing the screams, and just, we were kind of like, oh, yeah, do you do scream stuff? He's like, oh, yeah, I used to do it in a band all the time. That was kind of really my main thing, screaming back in the day. I'm like, okay, give it a go. And then he recorded, you know, like right here, I have a microphone set up, and it was probably 8 or 9 at night, and it was so loud it almost hurt because of the loudest he screamed. Like, he started doing that scream part at the end, and we were just like, oh my god. But it sounded fantastic. The problem was that it wasn't really sustainable for him to do vocally, so he very rarely did it. And eventually, he kind of, you know, relearned his technique and found a different way to scream that was more sustainable. So that's some background on that song. I think at some point we did a more recent version. I can't seem to find it, because there's some parts where I remembered screams that I did, and there are other parts I remember there were some clean parts that were redone. And I think Drew even rewrote the vocals to be a little less Born of Osiris-like, because there's one point where he literally says something like, Osiris beckons you home or something, or west across the river. And he, you know, when we started, we were kind of trying to write lyrics. I don't remember what he wrote that about, but, you know, we were trying to portray a certain vibe, and then he wanted to make his lyrics a little more personable, and so he rewrote it to be something about the kind of feeling you get when you're driving into a city when it's empty, because there was some terrorist attack. You know, these things happen all the time. I forget which one it was. It might have been no, it's too late. Either way, it was some event, and I think he said he drove into work one day after it, and it was like there was no one in the city, and it was just kind of, you know, haunting almost. So he rewrote the lyrics for that. I can't seem to find those. I probably have it in my Logic folder, because I keep all good records of all my old files. So if I ever dig it up, maybe I'll throw it on somewhere, and if I find it, I'll put it in the description below. But either way, hope you enjoyed this episode of CringeFest. If you did, please leave a like, and just subscribe for more. I upload videos every single Friday at least, and I'll see you in the next one.